I like on your whiteboard, the only note you have is trash next to a bag of like mango slices.
That trash, no, that's been up there for like months. Every Wednesday and Sunday, I look up at it, and it's like I do gotta take out the trash.
But
So.
it doesn't even have a day on it.
Well, I mean, I know what days the trash goes out, but it's like it's always my biggest nightmare that I'm gonna forget.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine because our trash is full of. The minute you dump it at 6:30, it's full.
Well, this whole I mean, like the entire neighborhood is yeah. You don't realize until you leave that this is like not how most people live. Just fucking leaving stuff on the sidewalk like this.
Yeah,
It's disgusting.
well, in the Bronx, it's like that.
But I mean, any other city,
Oh yeah,
most other cities, people don't keep trash just on the ground.
I know. I legit just seen somebody throw some trash on the ground in Hell's Kitchen, and literally like a whole pizza box just on
You
the
just drop
street.
it.
And then somebody upstairs yelled out the window, "Hey, pick that up from the
Oh, yeah.
4th floor."
Wow,
I was dying, dude. I'm like, where's? I should have recorded this.
this is a modern city.
Yeah. You see, they're gonna make JFK modernized. They're changing it. $19 billion project.
What are they changing?
Everything, the whole airport's gonna be very modern. Like it's gonna take 20 years, but
Oh, right, yeah.
don't fly in and out of JFK from now on.
Well,
I'm
it's probably
changing
gonna
mine.
they're gonna change like the international terminal.
My thing is, do you think they're really gonna change it, or do you think somebody's just pocketing about 10 of that?
No,
20
they. I
million?
mean, every airport they get turned over, but it's like JFK Airport is actually like 8 different airports in one.
Yeah.
It's just each terminal, so it's like you probably won't even notice flying out of Terminal 7 or whatever.
Wow, that's crazy. You think so? $19 billion?
Well, it'll go first. It'll be Terminal 1 and Terminal. There's a couple terminals that I think like almost nobody uses
Yeah.
because you probably almost always fly out of 7, right?
No, I'm Terminal
Or
4.
Terminal 4.
Yeah.
But there's like a couple.
4,
I think
2.
you never hear about Terminal 1 or 2.
Yeah, you never
Who
hear about
knows?
Terminal
Terminal
1 or
8's
2.
the big one. It's like the international one, but it's like what's happening in 1 and 2.
I've never been to Terminal 8, even though I fly international. I fly out of 2 a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen 1. I've never even walked by 1.
You got to assume that it exists, but there's probably some freaky shit happening there.
Yeah,
That's where they got the goat heads.
you can't get a car no more. Now you have to go to the air train, go to this weird place
Parking
down
garage.
the Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
At that point, you might as well go home. Like you might as well take the train and just go home.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think they realized too, like the trick everybody uses is you take the train to like Jamaica Station, and instead of paying the $8, you just take the Uber from there.
Wow,
That's what people are doing.
I wish I'd have known about that.
Well, you don't want to take the train to JFK anyway.
Yeah,
The-
my
the-
company covers it.
The J
anyway.
train takes like an hour and a half to get out there either way. So yeah.
I'm going to LaGuardia. I'm switching. I'm done with it. LaGuardia is so easy, dude. You go there at 5 p.m. when it's supposed to be slammed. 3 people in line at security. Nobody's got drugs on them.
Well, it depends on like when you're going, where you're going. I've seen LaGuardia get crazy. I mean, it's an airport.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said that before, but I mean, I've only been there like 3 times. But dude, JFK, there's people getting thrown down on the ground, arrested. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
whole different thing.
That's
It's
like it's an old school airport.
Yeah, dude, drug dogs every day.
Yeah.
You know, you
Nothing's
can't even
open.
wear a hoodie through the damn thing. You gotta be in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And they're getting a little crazy with patting people down. I just had a pat down. I go there in jogging pants and a shirt. Like, you know I don't got nothing. Pockets empty. Like, that's
Yeah.
all. And it's like, dude, what's the point of this heavy? I just had a heavy pat down from a dude, too. You know what's...
You walk through this machine.
Yeah.
And then they put you off to the side.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And the dude, he's like, I want to let you. I knew he was going to do a messed up pat down right from the beginning because he goes, I want to let you know I'm using all the back of my hand.
I
Now,
always do
dude,
that.
if you warn somebody, you know. And then, dude, the dude's on my butt, like pressing my front, everything. I'm just like, dude,
Wow.
whoa, man. He's like, dude, I'm just doing my job. I'm like, dude, no, you're not, man.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
still though, it's like you can't. That's the most you can say. Is hey, what are you doing? You can't
My
like
thing
if you elevate that at all, it's like you are already on risky ground.
Oh yeah, I'd be banned from flying.
Yeah, you get on the no-fly list. So that guy knows. He's like, it's like you can't. It's like they say you can't beat up a bus driver or something.
Yeah.
But like that TSA guy, that guy is you can't touch him at all.
Well, they need certain rules with the TSA guy, because I get it. They do. If you're a guy pats you down. If you're a girl pats you down. That's the way they do it at the airport.
Yeah.
So they'll wait. If a girl comes through, they'll have to call the woman's security guard to come over. Now, my thing is, when it comes to the guys patting down the guys, they got to look for certain things like, does he have bleached hair? Okay. Does he have a manicure? Because maybe he's not the best person to pat another guy down. I'm just saying, are the pants hemmed? What are we doing? How good's the skincare on the face?
I feel like you should be able to like tell him what part of his body he gets to use.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe he's a back of the hand guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets off on shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, you got to use your elbows.
Yeah, right.
You're touching, elbow me down, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, the hands got to stay in your pockets.
Or that opposite part of the elbow, whatever that is.
The inside of the
inside of the elbow.
The part where there's no real sensitivity to it.
You're not going to enjoy doing that.
Yeah, or if you do, you're a real sick fuck. Yeah, that's why you got a job at the airport.
Yeah, really. Oh, and then they slam down your stuff. This dude's taking my MacBook. He's like, it's my job. It's like, bro, first off, I get it. Okay,
it's in the tray.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I took it out of the case. He's like, 2 items in a tray. Bam, slams down my Mac. I'm like, bro, I'm worried now. I got to go turn it on before a flight. What do you do? They're not going to replace that shit.
Oh, no. I mean, those guys, it's all day long. That's all they do.
They're supposed to give you, if they lose your luggage, like I lost AirPods, dude, they won't even, this is the trick with the airport if you lose something. You can't get a hold of nobody till past the 30 days. That's when they call you back. And they're like, it's been over 30 days. We donate them after that.
Your AirPods got lost on the plane or?
Right at the airport. So it was only a 3-day cruise. So I went right to Lost and Found when I got back.
But I mean, you think you lost them when you were going through security? Or?
No, I lost them. I fell asleep actually on a bench, and then they called my flight, so I ran to the flight. Yeah.
Oh.
So either way, somebody probably stole them, but still, it's like, the hustle. I knew a dude that lost his luggage. He said when they went back after 30 days, they auctioned it off. Who wants somebody else's luggage?
Right.
It's the same thing with book bags in the
Facebook
subway.
Marketplace.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to go on Facebook Marketplace to buy your own damn underwear bag.
Wow. Well, just think about I don't support the TSA generally, but it's like, man, what is that lifestyle like? Just knowing you got to go 5 days a week and you got to be that guy for 8 hours straight. It's like, anybody's going to go crazy doing that.
No, because the type of people, they love the pressure. They're so cocky.
Well, they're just jaded at this point. They have no empathy because it's like, how could you?
Yeah.
It's the same way with nurses at a hospital. It's like you've seen enough fucking death at a certain point.
Yeah.
It's just like it means nothing to you anymore. It's just you're just watching numbers go by.
I seen one, actually, yeah, you're right, too, it is. Dude, I seen this guy, just no reason, just wanted to be an asshole. So every now and then, if it was a cute girl, he just let her cut the security and go through the, if you pay a little extra,
Clear.
You get to be that, not even clear, like.
Pre-check.
Pre-check, yeah.
TSA pre-check.
So this dude over here is pre-check, and he's in this line, and this other dude's letting some cute girls go through. So he goes, hey, is that for pre-check? That's all he asked because he's pre-check.
Yeah.
And the TSA agent goes, he just ignores him. He goes, excuse me, is that for pre-check? And then the TSA agent answers, why? Do you want to work here? Do you want to make some money? I'm not going to pay you. And then finally the dude's like, no, it's because I'm pre-check. And he goes, yeah. It's for pre-check. Come here. And it's like, bro, what was the point of that?
Hey, you just get your, those guys don't even get paid that much.
Yeah.
So it's like you just get to get your little kicks in every once in a while.
The cockiest ones are the TSA agents that love to tell you which athlete they're as tall as. They'll be like, they'll tell you. Like this one dude, he's like 6'4". He's like, I'm the same height as so-and-so.
Yeah, right.
They just love to
Clay
tell
Thompson.
you. Yeah. It's like, all right, man, but you're working at the airport. You're TSA agent. It's a waste of height.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the worst guy, in my opinion, is almost always the tray guy is the worst. The guy who was to tell you, laptop out, shoes off. Second worst guy is when you're like getting checked in and you put your phone down on the thing and he checks your ID.
Oh,
That guy
yeah.
is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That guy is the most boring, non-security kind of job of anybody there.
It's because he's always got to tell people turn the brightness up.
Well, there's that, and he's got to tell you to take your mask off, and he's just kind of, he has to be most face-to-face.
Yeah.
He's like got to be by himself up in the front, whereas the other TSA guys, they get their buddies.
Yeah.
So they get to, you know.
It's crazy how hard they look at you sometimes.
Well, it's the morning, too. You're
Yeah.
always there at like crazy early morning. Too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, those guys are probably there at like 3 a.m.
You know what I hate too when they're like, you're about to go up, you're like, finally, after 2 hours of waiting in this damn security line, 2 more people than me. Then they'll go, sir, you go straight down there. You'll be like, no, I'm here now. They'll be like, no, it's okay. Like, I'm talking passport out. You go down there. Then you see you got another 45-minute wait. Then the people behind you get to go through. That makes me mad. It's
Yeah.
like,
I hate any time they give you an option where there's like you can go in this line, or
yeah.
there's like it's like actually it looks like it's one line, but they just keep barking at you. This is 2 lines.
yeah,
And it's like this looks like one line.
stand to the left, sir.
Yeah.
Then they're always joking around playing their own little work games, but then they get serious with you.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Hey, you seen him? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just pointing at each other.
Aha, you crazy. You crazy. Hey, stand over there right now.
Yeah. You're on the no-fly list.
Yep. You see the little flirt TSA agent. He's always flirting with the girl. What are you doing, Leisha?
Yeah. It's funny because you would think that like the TSA or like other countries would have more strict TSA
Yeah.
if you go to Mexico or something, but they don't.
Italy. Italy's the only one. Italy's like more of a mob. They won't even let you. They actually are pretty
But I mean,
open.
like in terms of like being mean
No,
and like stern.
dude, I'll tell you, in Italy, they'll just straight out be like, maybe you give me a little couple bucks. They're so you're like, what do you mean, dude? I gotta bribe you at the airport. You're gonna make me sit in this chair unless I give you money. It's something like I've never seen in my life in Italy. But yeah, no, the other ones, Mexico, they don't care. The Bahamas a little strict. Belize is a little crazy.
Yeah, and those are places you could actually be bringing back drugs from.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you going from New York to Houston?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I see what you're saying.
All they're
yeah.
doing is fucking. Yeah, it's just like a guy who just like wants to fuck with you.
Yeah.
That guy probably lives Jamaica, Queens somewhere. And
Yeah.
just rides the train to work every day
2 hours.
just to fuck with people.
He likes the girl that works at the egg and cheese place.
Yeah, right. Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. He's always kind of flirting with her. How come you only work weekends?
Yeah, right. Someday she's gonna work at the Dunkin' Donuts in the city.
You know
right
what?
now she's working her way up at JFK.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues.
Yeah, I got to get to Times Square.
It's like doing open mics.
There's always authority when you give somebody some sort of credentials. That's where I think that's when the person changes. I knew a dude, I'm talking to him. You know me, I talk about some corrupt shit. Even like speaking of the airport stuff real quick, dude, new side hustle. We got to make a video. I didn't know this exists. Guys, if you want to make $1,500, I'm sure there's some sort of loophole. I just learned about this one. So evidently, I guess what you could do, and you could pull this off at JFK, it's like a New York thing, but you fly somewhere, right, when you're coming back, and you just in your checked bag, you just don't put anything that you care about, some clothes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody else come with like a hat down,
and just take it.
steal your checked bag.
Mm-hmm.
You get $1,500 from JFK.
Wow.
Yep.
I guarantee you, they make that hard on you. That's like the hardest $1,500 you'll ever make in
You
your
think?
life. Oh yeah. By the time you get that money, you're just like, I could have worked for this.
Yeah,
that was
probably.
so many hoops. You got to go to court and like get a subpoena or something. Get like
Yeah.
you got to go to a notary, get something notarized. It's like, no, there's no way. There's no airline that's handing over money like that.
Yeah, true.
It's you're gonna get it back, and it's gonna be in like Dunkin' Donuts gift cards or something.
JFK bucks.
Something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is only good at Hudson News.
Yeah.
You're not flying with this. Yeah. The same thing like when the flight's full and they're like, oh, we'll give you, anybody want to take a later flight, we'll give you this much money. There's no way that money is it's not just cash.
Dude, I've had that happen.
It's some Visa gift card bullshit
Yeah.
where you got to activate it or something.
I got that happen with JetBlue, dude, which I hate JetBlue. Let me just say that. People like it. I hate JetBlue with a passion. Give us free headphones, okay? American does it. Delta does it. Why don't JetBlue do it? And 2, JetBlue has me overnight in DR in the hotel in the airport. Not even in. There's a hotel in the airport. They don't give it to us because there was too many people. So they have us all sleeping on the airport floor in DR. Dude, 19 hours we're at the airport. And they go, JetBlue, since we didn't get you a hotel, we're going to credit you $200. And when I finally tried to redeem it, it has to be like an $800 flight.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what?
It's just like a coupon. It's a
Dude.
coupon for another flight.
You know how hard it is to find it? But then I got to spend another $600. Where am I going to go for $800? Like,
And then they're going to charge you more for the ticket just so it,
yeah.
These companies, they don't give out anything.
Yeah.
There's no free lunch anymore for these things.
Yeah.
Back in like the 80s, you could have pulled some weird scam like that. But
smoking cigarettes.
the second that shit comes out now, it's like, no.
Are you ever bummed out you never got to be like in Grand Central or the airport smoking a cigarette?
I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I did fly in like the 80s when people could smoke on it.
Wow.
I remember, remember going to restaurants and people could
Yeah, I
smoke.
remember the restaurants.
It wasn't like it's like, you could see, even then, you knew this, like, there's no way this is going to last.
Wow.
This makes no sense.
Like people just sitting there smoking on the airport.
Uh-huh.
Remember they used to have ashtrays in cars too. I don't think they do anymore.
They got them there. And it's like, people do still smoke in their car, but it's like, anytime I've ever been in someone's car and they're a smoker, they always, like, you can tell this is degenerate behavior.
Yeah.
Even if you go to someone's house and they're smoking in their living room,
Oh yeah.
it's like, this is disgusting, and you know it's disgusting.
I can't remember the last time I was in somebody's house that smoked.
That's
in their
when you can
house.
tell this guy is a real, like, fucking dirtbag.
The walls are yellow.
Yeah.
I just always wanted to smoke at like JFK Airport and have a newspaper and a coffee, or like, you know, what would be cool to smoke would be Grand Central, and you just throw it on the ground when
Yeah.
you're looking for your train.
I think more so cigar than cigarette, but yeah.
They should bring back cigars indoors.
Smoking. If they could make cigar smoke that wasn't like carcinogenic and all gross, but just still had the same look of a cigar,
Yeah.
it's like that. Yeah, $1 billion idea right there.
Well, people are smoking on the planes all the time now. Now they're just smoking weed on the plane. You smell it. It's like, I don't know
They
how
get
people.
the vape
Yeah.
when they go in the bathroom.
But why? No, they'll smoke it directly sitting right next to you. They'll be like, "Hope you don't mind."
That's not like a common thing.
I mean, I see it every single flight I'm on. What I don't get is how do people sneak the weed through? Why isn't TSA on this?
The TSA is looking for bombs. They're not
Yeah,
looking
you
for-
mentioned that before. What, they just don't care about weed?
Weed's legal.
Wow.
Weed's legal in like more than half the country. They don't
So
care.
you can fly around with weed.
Technically, no, but that's not what they're looking for. I mean, if they go in through your bag and they find weed, they'll probably take it. But it's not like that. They're not like those dogs aren't looking for, especially like the pen. They're not looking for weed vapes or something.
I used to bring balls to juggle with. It's always a problem. I had to quit doing it.
Why?
Well, I just practice juggling, you know.
In the airport?
Well, on the ships.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's fun to juggle a little bit. Do you like to
Man.
juggle?
You really, really, really don't like to read, dude. That's how badly you don't want to read a book. You're bringing balls to juggle.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Even little kids don't do that.
Yeah.
That's great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just 3 balls?
Yeah, I learned from a guy that actually, he was on the ships. He used to be one of the Ringling brothers.
Wow.
He taught me how to juggle. A good friend of mine. I wanna
Still, even
juggle
then, though,
swords.
it's not like you think he does that for fun? Just
Well, he does it for his job, but
oh.
he's
Wow.
a juggler on the ships. I seen this dude juggle like razor sharp sickles and all this crazy stuff.
So TSA won't let you bring, they're just tennis balls? Or
It's
like,
just a big problem. They're just juggle balls. They have like a certain amount of weight. Like, you know, maybe there's like a powder in them. Dude, it's like an extra hour. They have the dogs smell them.
well, probably whatever's on the inside. Probably
Yeah.
It looks like that's how you sneak coke into the country. Or
Special investigators are looking. I was like, all right, never doing this again.
something. Wow.
He told me, he goes, yeah, you got to check your bag with the balls or else it's going to be a problem. He
Yeah,
brings swords through.
I feel like the balls are more suspicious than swords, though.
Yeah, at least they know what a sword is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My camera, too, dude. They really think there's like dope in my camera. People must always sneak shit through like that because they'll be picking up my camera, looking at it, feeling the weight.
Well, all
opening
that
it up.
like fentanyl, though, you could probably squeeze like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars into like a little space like that.
One day I want to turn, because they even turn on my camera and look at the stuff. And one day I want to put some strange video on there, like
Oh.
me just covered
They
in
really look at
mayonnaise.
your camera?
Yeah.
Wow, I've never had that happen.
Yeah, they opened it up. He's like, can you turn it on? I turned it on. I had videos of me doing stand-up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
Us
start-
running around the street. It's like the Jamaicans
Oh,
are
wow.
coming. Dude, it was on there.
That's funny.
I'm yelling, the Jamaicans. It's the fucking Jamaicans. I was like,
Funny,
yeah,
it's
just,
a Vietnamese guy in a BMW.
yeah. I was like, I'm a
Yeah.
creator, to be honest with you, sir.
Yeah, right. This is a film. Do you know what that is? How was Belize, man?
Well, see, the thing with Belize is I really want to go and really check it out for real. Belize is just a port, so we sign on and off on Belize.
Oh, okay. So you just got there. And
It
got
is
on the boat.
difficult. Dude, the ego when a pretty girl's around in places like Belize and the Bahamas, we talk about ego. They really talk to you like you're dirt if you're with a pretty woman. It's like the men there.
The men see you with the girl, and
Yeah, like, you
they
know,
treat you worse.
they treat you like they just want to show that you're dirt. I said, stand there, ladies first. And then he'll tell you, what, you're not no gentleman? You don't know how to treat a pretty lady? It's like,
yeah.
then it's like, well, dude, she's going through her bag looking for a passport. Then all of a sudden he's like, actually, let me see your passport. Come on, give me your. And it's like, bro, what's the point of all this?
Wow.
It's the same with that guy when, you know, I'll never forget this guy at our grocery store when the bag thing first came in, like when they were really taking it serious. He didn't give me the bag. I had the money. I'm like, oh, I already paid. I'm like, I have no change. He didn't want me to run my card for a bag. He's like, dude, well, it's not, nothing's free in this world. Then right behind me, he gives this girl like 7 bags.
Wow.
He's double bagging her shit. I'm like, bro, what?
This is just part of one of the perks of his job.
Yeah.
You get to be in control of the job. You got to give everybody. You got to give them a little bit of power, or they just won't work.
It's the credentials.
Yeah. It's like you got to give this guy some lollipops you can hand out or something.
Or that little card where he beeps the register and presses the code.
Yeah.
He's the only one that knows the code.
Mm-hmm. It's just like people who work at like a hotel front desk.
Yeah.
It's like they all have the power to upgrade you or do something.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, every day they only get like 5 of those upgrades. So it's like they got to figure out. You got to wait to get greased or something.
They don't want to give you towels. Bring down your old towels. It's like, bro, I'm not. Can't somebody come get my towels? What is this shit? I can't stand when they come clean your room. Like, you know, they're fishing for the tips. I've been lucky. I stayed at a couple 5 stars. My company let me stay at a 5-star hotel where they just come in. The second you leave, there's somebody there that watches you walk out, and they go in and clean. You can step out for 20 minutes, and they fold your dirty socks and put it back in your suitcase.
Right.
It's like, bro, please don't do that. I got to hide my socks.
Yeah.
They find them.
Mm.
You know, speaking of credentials, there was this guy. I was friends with the guy. I didn't know what he did for a living, you know. And me and him just hanging out through the comedy grind and shit. And he's an older gentleman. Well, you know, maybe 15 older than me. I don't know. So anyways, we're talking. You know, I'm telling him some corrupt shit about Ohio and whatever. And just like bullshit. A couple of things I'm saying might be illegal. And he goes, hey, man. He goes, look, man. I just got to let you know I got to opt out of the conversation because I don't tell nobody this. And he shows me his badge. I'm like, dude, I didn't know you were a cop. He goes, no,
wow.
I'm a garbage man, sanitation. I'm like, well, the fuck are you? Who gives a
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you nothing illegal now.
Hey, this guy's in the union.
Yeah.
He's got, that guy was probably like a low-key, like, 500 grand in his bank account.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys always got money.
Yeah.
Anybody who got into a thing like that where they give you a badge, that is just a money machine.
Dude, sanitation, I know those guys are clearing it. At least starting out, I bet you over 120K a year.
And then, like, somehow you work for, like, 25 years before you retire.
Yeah.
And somehow the last 10 years, you're, like, on vacation.
Yeah.
It's like,
You work 3 hours a day.
And then, like, the very, like, last week that you work, like, 100 hours. Just so you're, you know, so they always got some sort of scam like that going.
Yeah.
Much respect to the unions.
Yeah. You know, I had one guy, he thought he had one of those union jobs when we worked at the car wash.
Yeah.
And he just thought he'd be done in 20 years.
Yeah.
And he made his big announcement on Christmas. And then they were like, yeah, you can't retire. I'm sure I told you the story.
This is why you need a badge.
Yeah, you got to have the badge.
Yeah.
That would be the worst to me if you're just marking down days on a calendar and you finally hit 20 and realize you got another 26 to go. Like, you can't retire till you're 63 or something.
That's crazy. I was on the subway. They got the signs now because they're always trying to hire correctional officers for Rikers.
Wow.
Because they can't find anybody to work that job. People keep quitting. And they're like, it's like the lowest staffing they've ever had there. So they're desperate to get people. But it's like, they're saying 20 years. You work 20 years and then you retire full benefits. I
Damn.
think it's either 20 or 25 years, full benefits, and it's like in the end, with full benefits and pay for the rest of your life. Think about that. That means that we could have, if we had both gone into being CEOs after high school, we'd be done now.
But we couldn't have. I think there's a size.
I think they'll
they
take it.
might let us, but
I think they'd take anybody. That's one of those jobs where it's like,
we'd probably, yeah, but dude, we would very quickly be tied up somewhere. I mean, I've met these CEOs, bro. You got to be a big farm boy, 6'7", 300.
I think you worked there for the first 10 years doing that job though, and then you squirrel your way into like the supply room or something.
I meet a lot of these CEOs go on cruises and stuff. I meet them, dude. These guys are, dude, it looks like you could hit them with a baseball bat and you're not going to phase them.
Oh, wow.
And they're just these big, thick-wristed, just country steak, mule-fed people. And they'll be like, yeah, oh, me? I love when they try to attack me. He goes, been lifting 20 years. I got to use my
I always
moves.
thought it was just like regular dudes, just like a skinny guy who gets to like, well, that's one of those authority jobs where you just get to do whatever you want.
I mean, if you're lucky enough, but bro, I don't see
if
me and you surviving Rikers.
I don't know. I think you figure it. The first few years are a little rough.
I think
You
an
figure out
inmate
who's who.
would love for me to tell them some shit.
Nah.
Somebody doing life with no parole, I tell them
Yeah.
stand over there.
I don't know if they say no. It's like, all right, fair enough. I tried.
You know what it is? I talked to a guy from Rikers once that I guess he didn't last there either. I don't think he was like a CO. He just worked there. I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
But he was saying they just throw feces at you. He's like, dude, I couldn't do it.
I mean, I think that's like if you're in like the mental, like the fucked up part.
I think all of Rikers is the fucked up part.
No, there are a lot of parts of it. That's why those jobs are so like that whole system is so screwed up. Is that like once you get in that system, in that union,
Yeah.
then everybody is just like, oh, my job now is to be over here in this room.
I
And
think
you just sort of like make up your own thing, and you just end up like you call in sick every other week,
yeah.
and you just stretch it out because they can't fire anybody anymore.
I feel like it would work for you because people might look at you and they don't know for sure.
Well, no, I'm here to fix the computers.
Yeah,
And
or
it's like,
if
yeah,
you
I'll be over there, and I'll just
Yeah.
walk around for 8 hours and clock
tell
out.
them some deep stuff, the
Yeah.
yin and the yang or something.
No, you just act like you don't speak English. You're just, from Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah, that's a good move. I'm
Yeah.
here for you. Give them cigarettes.
Yeah.
My cousin did about 10 years. He was like, yeah, you got to become cool with the Deps because if you're an asshole to the Deps, some of the deputies are just as messed up as the inmates.
Right.
And they'll go tell somebody, hey, man, I'll give you some free time, some commissary if you just beat this dude's ass.
Right.
It's crazy that they would live like that.
You get some power.
Yeah.
I think New York is, most states, I think this isn't like a high paying gig. But I think here, just because there's like other stuff that you could be doing to make money.
I don't even know how to get to Rikers.
I think it's like a bridge, right?
All these gig jobs, who would ever? You could go build an IKEA dresser and make more than you make at Rikers.
Well, that's the thing. You could work for the MTA or something and make more and not be dealing with getting stabbed.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I think just imagine being our age and retiring with a 6-figure pension, full benefits.
That is crazy.
That is insane.
And then we could chase comedy.
And then you get a second job after that. So you're like rich. Then you move out to Long Island and it's like
Oh, yeah.
Montauk and you're straight.
And then your whole thing is like it's a big deal when you buy a new mailbox.
Yeah. Well, then it's like you act like you were in the army.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You start like cutting in line to get on the bus.
Every Thanksgiving. Oh, Rikers CO. You got pictures of you with serial killers. Here's me with Crazy Freddy.
Still got the badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, that would have been the way to go. Honestly, the real way to go would be work 2 jobs, work at Rikers, and be a cop part-time, and then retire from both of those.
Oh, yeah.
And then
you get like 4 incomes at the end of
Yeah.
your life. Yeah.
And then you get cool with the mayor. He gives you some city job that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
You retire from 2 jobs.
Department of Education or
Then
something.
you're doing stand-up at the creek or somewhere.
You don't even need the money at that point.
Yeah, you would
You're
just
doing
do
it for
stand-up
fun.
for fun.
You
Yeah.
could just go play golf, Chelsea Piers.
Yeah. You know one guy that was famous. You grew up with him. Yeah, me and Leo, we play golf.
Yeah. What a life.
Yeah.
Long Island, Staten Island.
Yeah, here's a picture of me and Trump.
Just driving. You're like, driving around complaining about parking prices.
You'd have that nice car. Or surgeons, dude. That doctor, my old hospital was up in Harlem, and they used to have the surgery area over there. And dude, those cars, I googled the one car. I didn't even know what it was. It was like 300K.
It's like
dude.
a McLaren or something.
Yeah, and it's got the license plate. It was one of those weird BMWs, I think.
That's the kind of job though, where it's like that's not like that's hard fucking work for the entire time.
Yeah,
and you don't retire in your 40s.
What, from being a surgeon?
No.
That's when you're cleaning up in your 40s.
Yeah, that's when you have like a private practice.
Yeah.
You're like working for an NFL players or something. But it's like, no, if you're working one of these shit jobs, like sanitation, corrections, then it's like you have 2 decades of just crazy stories and just intense pressure.
Yeah.
And then you're just out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That would have been the way to
Just
go.
read the New York Post all day.
Drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we messed up, Danny.
And it sucks because we can't start now.
No.
We're going to be fucking 70 and trying to retire.
I
off the CO.
don't think they would take us. I told you they
I think
offered me to be a cop in the pandemic. I told the guy, I was like, I got a felony on my record. He's like, yeah, we'll work that out. We need people. I was like, I'm 5'3". He's like, yeah,
Nah, come on.
none of that matters.
That doesn't matter at all. Yeah. All these jobs, they're not as hard to get as you think. They're just like, you just wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because that first day, I think when you first start especially, that's just like a, parking cop kind of job.
I met a New York cop. He said he was like, look, I make $200K a year. I'm not even a police officer. He's like, I could go work a few hours, but he's like, I do weddings. I do security at weddings. And he's like, I'm there a few hours. I get to eat. I make $500. I just bring the cruiser over.
Uh-huh.
And that's the way to do it. Nothing's going on at a wedding.
Concealed carry.
They see the cruiser,
Yeah.
I want the concealed carry in New York, dude, because this city's dangerous. Well, we got to figure out a loophole or a way to
People
get
are doing it.
Yeah, how
There's
do we
like a
do
TikTok guy who's doing it.
that? Wow.
I think they make you take a bunch of classes or something.
I would do it. Imagine going to the comedy clubs with a gun. Hey, am I up in 5 minutes or?
I wouldn't want concealed carry. I'd want open carry at that point. Just have it out like a cowboy.
I never realized. I'll be honest with you. I never knew what concealed meant. I just thought it means you have a gun.
Well, if you go to like some places where it's like the guy has to have the holster and he's got his big ass, gun on his, like a Glock on his holster.
Wow.
It's just like the way old guys have like a cell phone belt clip. You just got it out in Starbucks like that. Concealed carry though, it's like that's real John Wick shit.
You gotta hide it.
Yeah. Well, you don't gotta hide it, but it's like you could technically just have it under your shirt and then
Wow.
pull out like that.
You almost need it,
I
dude.
think that's probably what they got in Ohio, right?
In Ohio, you just have it, bro.
But it's like it doesn't have to be like out on like a special kind of holster.
There's
or
no
like,
special rules at all. You don't even need a class in Ohio to get a gun.
Wow.
You just go buy a gun. You have it in 5 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah. The background check takes 18 seconds. I'm like, there's no way a computer
What a
works
country.
this fast.
Yeah.
They gave my mother, they did her background check. She's Arabic. 4 seconds. She got an AR-15.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's got an AR?
Yeah, they got like 20 guns, my
Jesus
family.
Christ.
That's why when a comedian threatened me, I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know if you want to fuck around.
Wow.
Dude, Ohio people don't play. Dude, they collect guns and ammunition. Everybody in Ohio. Like, I have friends, dude, I have friends that make ghost guns. I have friends that, like, have explosive ammunition. They're blowing up dryers on a Sunday for fun. Or
Wow.
they practice sniping. Like, they go to places because they have a sniper rifle. And they just want to be a great shot from 300 yards away. Like, that's what people
That
know
I
how
think
to
is
do.
the more like classy way to have a gun, though.
Yeah.
As opposed to having an AR.
Oh, yeah. But the AR is popular now.
I mean, it's a cool sound. It looks cool.
Yeah.
But it is like, that's kind of like the trailer trash kind of gun.
And you say
Whereas
make it rain.
If you get like a sniper rifle, then it's like, that's like, you got to have like,
Yeah.
it's like a mental game at that point.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You got to bite something real nasty.
Well, you got like
makes you want-
your heartbeat.
Yeah.
You got to wait till a certain beat and then bam.
It's dead silent.
Yeah.
My grandfather
Clear.
was a marksman. He trained the SWAT team how to be a sniper. He was a marksman in the Army. He was one of the best shots. He grew up shooting. Like 7 years old, he would have to go hunt. Like, he lived in a place with an outhouse, no electric, all that. And they would open up their kitchen window and just wait for a deer. When he was 7,
Wow.
he would bag deers.
Jeez.
Yep. And he got real good at being he was in the Navy and he just became a marksman. He was a sniper. He trained like task force, I think, in Ohio how to shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, look how you turned out, huh?
Dude, I only shot a
Look at
gun a
this.
few times
You get
in my
winded
life.
coming up the stairs.
Yeah, dude, I'm nothing like him. Those old school
Yeah.
guys were tough, man. My
Yeah.
grandfather built a house when he was 76, shit in his diaper and everything. How you'd be plugging your nose. Ah, shit my damn pants.
Wow.
Pants down around his ankles, holding a truss.
Jeez.
Yeah, they didn't play getting stung by bees and shit.
Probably a nice house too.
Yeah,
It's not like it's like a solid house.
it is a dude. Yeah.
It's not like these like McMansion places in Texas where it's like it blows over after 10 years.
Nowadays, it's all about the material. My cousins own a company. They build houses. My two cousins, they're real Italian, way more Italian than me. And the two of them will build a house by themselves.
Oh, well.
I mean, I think they show up, they have somebody dig out the basement and do all that.
They get an immigrant guy to do the hard part.
Yeah, well, and then
Yeah.
they frame it up. They do all the logistics because they're
Yeah.
craftsmen. Like, they'll do everything like the house, the design,
yeah.
follow the blueprints, frame it, drywall it, just the two of them.
Yeah.
And they'll build like 6 houses a year. It's their own little thing.
Oh, wow.
But they tell me, they go, man, so much money now. You got to be a multi-millionaire if you want to build a house. They go, it's not really worth it because it's so expensive to run the things from the city. They're like, you're better off getting a house. Everything's there. Even if you just knock down most of it or rebuild a beat up house.
Well, a lot of these new houses that you see in like way out in the sticks, those are just like, it's a real like shoddy operation.
Yeah.
It's all this like Chinese shit they're putting together.
Yeah.
It just looks from the outside, it looks like a nice house, but
Yeah.
you go behind the walls, it's like there's nothing happening there.
13-cent electrical outlets and
Yeah.
like thin 1/4-inch drywall.
Yeah, you could probably just kick it down.
Not like the olden days.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Back in the day when they would just build a mall, remember they just have like little communities they would make.
Oh, yeah.
They'd build the one house and be like, this is what we're going to build a bunch of these in the community. And then every house is slightly shittier than that one that they sold you on. You know, like when you buy the house 2 years before it's built.
Yeah. That's what we got to get into, is being guys who know about stuff like that.
I don't
You
know what I
walk
would
into
do.
someone's house and you can point out, like, oh, yeah, this roof. You
Oh,
got about
yeah.
7 years on this.
Well, you don't even need to know about stuff just to say that shit. Yeah, everybody
No,
will
but it's
tell
like
you
there
that.
is like knowledge. There are some guys who know who could walk into like a basement and be like, "Nah, this is wrong.
Well,
Whoever did this is fucked up." And it's like, yeah, this house is worth $40,000 tops.
there's two types of guys like that. There's the ones that actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
Then there's the ones that are jealous of your basement. So
right.
they're just telling you, oh, man, come on, this? Oh, you got
Still,
2 inch.
just imagine how cool that guy feels, though.
Oh,
When
yeah. I'm
somebody's
sure
all
it feels
excited
good.
about their new house they just bought after
Yeah.
saving up for a decade. You just walk in like, these beams. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is fucked up right here.
Yeah, crush it.
A couple termites and this shit is done.
You run into that a lot with guys with cars. They always want to look underneath your car. Oh,
yeah.
man, you messed up.
You got the Hemi.
Dude, I would lie to people. I grew up around so many car guys. I was always buying cars. I would lie to people. They'd come over. Oh, what'd you pay for this? I'd be like, oh, dude, it's crazy. $150, just so they could say there's no way how'd you get it for $150?
It was total.
Bucks?
Yeah, must have been total.
I'll be like, dude, I don't know. The dude said 150. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, wow. Got the Datsun off him.
And you could tell people still wanted to tell me I made a mistake. I guess it was worth 150. It's like, yeah, dude, it's a 65 Mustang I could sell for 10 grand.
Yeah, they're just poking around at your tires and stuff.
Yeah, they love
Got
to
some
look
Kumos.
underneath it.
Yeah.
This thing's a cake beater. People used to grab my stick shift in my BMW. I bought a BMW actually dirt cheap through work. It looked good at night, but it needed a transmission. And people would be like, oh, I could hear you. They'd just wiggle that. They'd be like, this thing's a cake beater.
Oh, wow.
It was the same car Pac got shot in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I used to feel great. Well, it was like a 95 or 96 Beamer.
Yeah.
Like a 5 Series, dude. Fast car. I loved it,
Those
man.
cars still look nice now.
Yeah, they do.
People keep them fresh. Yeah.
Dude, I'd pull up to the club with that girls. They don't care if it's dinged up a little. They just want that BMW emblem.
Yeah.
Can we take a picture next to your car?
Looks clean.
Yeah.
That kind of car, though, I think once it starts falling apart and it's like trying to get parts and everything.
Yeah, dude, forget about it.
Yeah.
One plastic washer to make my car shift right
Yeah.
cost me about $900.
And they got to ship it from Germany or something.
Well, they
So-
put it in the shop. It was like $900 for the little part, dude.
Yeah.
And then it was like $600 to put it in. It lasted me 3 months and it broke. I'm like, this shit.
Yeah.
Right after the 90-day warranty.
Bring back the Toyota Camry.
Or the Honda. You know what they did? See, Honda made a mistake. I don't know if you heard about this conspiracy theory. They built cars way too good in like 91 or 95.
Yeah.
So nobody bought any more Hondas. They lost so much money because they just kept their cars for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to make them a little shittier after that. They learned their lesson.
You know what's funny? It's like I've never felt more proud to be Japanese than when I hear somebody talks about their like Toyota Camry that just hit 300K.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, it goes around sometimes. You see it on like TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's like that video has 1 million views and 1 million comments that are all just like a guy telling you the year of his car and how many miles it's got on it. It's like, oh yeah, I got an '07 Camry, 375K. Only changed the oil. And it's like, that shit is like, wow. We really did something as a people, because that is modern marvel right there.
It really is. You guys created a great car. That boxed Camry was the height of Japanese.
Well, just the fact that everybody, because you know what it's when you have a car that has 375K on it, it's like you've gotten all you expected to get out of the car and more. That point. And the car's still running
perfectly.
So it's just like if something happens to this car, it's like I'll just walk away from it.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna ride this shit till the wheels fall off, and it's gonna be like another 100K at least.
And what happens is people never ride them till they stop, because it's like, dude, I gotta get rid of it. Then they'll sell it for what they paid for it.
Yeah. Well, it's still worth a few grand.
Yeah.
Even if it's got all these crazy amount of miles.
Yeah. I knew somebody that had one of those, and it was clean. It was like a weird gold or bronze color. But either way, dude, they had it for like 18 years. It was like their first car. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, I just got to get rid of it at this point.
I think my mom still drives like a 98 Corolla or something.
Those were the ones.
Yeah.
Right in that window, I think 89 to 99.
Yeah, I think she's still got a tape deck in her car.
Wow. Yeah, I bet that does make you proud to be Japanese.
That's exciting. Well, just think about what other products in the world can you buy like that and you really feel like you're getting your money's worth. Everything else breaks.
Yeah.
Your phone lasts like 4 years tops before it starts slowing down and blinking out.
Do you think that there's phones in Japan that last longer, like some secret phone?
Phones in Japan? Phones are all iPhones. It's all Apple. So it's all everything like this is built now to be kind of shit. Those Toyota Camrys, that was like, and you realize, like you were saying, they made a mistake.
Yeah.
There's somebody at Toyota who's like, fuck, we shouldn't have been so good.
Yeah.
And his buddy was like, I told you.
Yeah.
Should have made that shit plastic like they do at Ford.
They had a test where they put, is it either Toyota or Honda, they literally dumped sand in the engine. Sand, like from the beach. Dumped in the engine, and it's still, or the gas tank or something.
Yeah.
It still drove fine.
Oh, yeah. And if you got to swap out the parts, those are parts of nothing.
Right.
You just go to the junkyard and you just throw some shit in
there. Dude,
there.
are you kidding me? You could take a piece from your VCR.
Yeah.
Make that shit work. Hold on, I just put this one.
These are the guys, but there's some guys who are still proud of like, I buy American.
Yeah.
And they're buying, the guy with the Ford who has the Calvin and Hobbes sticker on the back where he's peeing on a Chevy or something. Yeah. And it's like, even those guys admit that it's like your car, it looks cool. You got your Ford F-150, but it's like, you could have got the Toyota truck and it would last longer.
The real guys that you're talking about, though, like the down south, that they'll never admit it. Bro, you will lose a friendship.
They know deep down. They know deep down that F-150 is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, they just didn't want to be the guy driving the Toyota truck.
They won't talk to you anymore. Dude, if they see me with a Honda, it's, dude, they literally, and it's something inside them. They really hate you now. They feel like
their dad worked for Ford in Detroit or something in like the 50s.
Yeah.
And they're still holding on to it. But it's like, I'm sorry, this car sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your Ford Focus.
You should see when the new Ford commercials come out and it's like towing an elephant or something. They're like, yeah, that's what my 250 could do it. Geared up. Oh, man. Dude, guess where I'm going, man? Just booked it. I'm so excited.
What's that?
Japan.
Oh, you're going to, you said Hiroshima?
No, I just looked it up. I'm going to, it's Kush, I-O or whatever. K-U. It's a small town, I guess.
Kyushu.
Yeah.
K-Y-U-S.
Do you know anything about that place?
Yeah. I mean, that's like a small city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think I'll have fun there? I'm there 2 days with no boat.
Oh, well.
I'm just there hanging out for 2 days.
And then you get on the boat?
Yeah, but then I'm just coming straight back to America. No Tokyo. I missed the...
The boat goes from Japan all the way across?
I think so.
Wow.
What's closer to Japan? Florida, New York, or California?
California.
So, yeah, I think it's Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I think 7 sea days.
Jesus. That's great. Think about
Seven
that.
sea days
Think about
isn't
going all the way
bad.
across the Pacific, though.
Yeah.
That's the long way. Yeah, it's the biggest ocean.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like nothing in between, too.
Maybe it's 8 days.
You go by Fiji or something, and then
Oh, dude, I'd love to stop at Fiji.
yeah.
You know what I want to do, but I don't know how people do this. I want to go do some volunteer work somewhere in another country, like
Yeah.
somewhere Fiji or Africa, do some comedy, teach some kids some stuff, like maybe do some magic or juggle.
Yeah, install some toilets.
Yeah, something. That could be fun.
Show them how to use a condom.
How do people do that? They'll be like, I meet people that, I just met a guy on the
well,
ship.
it's like that's another thing we aged out of. That's
Oh,
what you do.
you're right.
You just graduated college. You're 23.
Yeah,
Then you go to Zaire for a while and
you're right.
do the condom thing with the banana.
He was right out of college.
Yeah.
Do they pay you to do that if you're out of
Well,
college?
it's like you get paid basically they fly you out there and they put you up. But
Oh.
that's not like a money gig. That's like a thing you do for a year so you can brag for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's why I want to do it. I want to brag a little.
Well, yeah, I'm too old for that. Plus, I don't think you're going to survive very well in Africa.
Yeah, I'd get bit up too much. You ever been there?
No, but it's like I think I've seen you walk upstairs. I think you might have trouble with the savannah. It might be a bit much.
Yeah.
But not Japan. That's going to be great.
I'm excited. Little small town.
I think that's like a city. There's not a whole lot going on. It's not like
But I kind of like that.
yeah, it's not like a tourist place. That's not like going to Tokyo where you're in like Times Square or something.
No, yeah. And I kind of want to experience the little Japanese life. Like, hopefully it's a village I could see a girl washing. I might marry her.
No. Kyushu is not like that's not like a farm city or something.
Oh.
It's like a city. But
I
it's
was
not
thinking
like,
I might like learn karate or something.
well, it's like you go into the hills and like you got to like go on a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to seek some revenge.
What should I do there? I'll be there for 2 days, you think?
It's very extremely safe. So anything you do, it's like that is like the safest you'll ever be in your life
Wow.
is being there. Yeah. Compared to all these other places, especially compared to all these other places you're going.
Oh, dude, when I was in
Haiti and shit?
Gibraltar,
Yeah.
even Gibraltar, where
Yeah.
people were like, "Hey, man, just turn around now." I just had my chain snatched. Like, I didn't see one cop in Gibraltar.
Yeah, that there is zero chance of that happening in Japan.
DR too, like, dude, Amber Cove and these places, except for maybe Domingo is kind of a little bit. There's police at least around, but like, dude, parts of DR where people are living like they just make their own houses out of like aluminum that they found on the
Zinc.
street
Yeah.
and sheds and whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, they hide in bushes and jump out with a knife and rob people. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to deal with that in Japan. It's just going to be a bunch of like, Japanese people reading newspapers and stuff.
Yeah, Bahamas too. Like, I'm going to the Bahamas, dude. The Bahamas is dangerous. I traveled off the resort. Dude, people don't play around in the Bahamas. Like, they'll drive around with van doors open. I'm thinking that's to snag people, to be honest
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
You see them with the van doors open. And dude, I'm crossing, but I'm a New Yorker still. So I cross the street, I see the van coming. I step out a little bit already, so when it goes, I go. And these guys like swerve to me, dude. I had to jump out of the way. He's like, "Watch it."
Wow.
I'm like, "Holy shit."
Huh.
Could have got hit by a van. There's nobody around for miles. I'm in the middle of the Bahamas somewhere.
Wow.
I'm not roaming around anymore like that. I learned my lesson. Plus they're a level 3.
So that's next week you're going to.
Yeah, I just got the pay breakdown, actually. It's way better than I thought. See, I like being a little bit of a negative person, so when I actually do get the real news, I'm happier.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people 5'3". I'm 5'6", but people never believe me when I say 5'6".
Yeah. Depends on the metric system, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going next week. You're going. That's the long trip.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like?
I think I leave on the 21st in the morning, going to Charlotte. I'm real excited about. I love Charlotte, and then
You're staying there, or you're?
yeah, staying in Charlotte, doing a gig there.
Oh, that's with that guy.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then I'm going to Fort Walton Beach. I'm not sure where that is. Nice little hotel right on the beach. And
Nice.
then hitting up Georgia, Columbus, Georgia.
No, let's promote these dates.
Yeah, I got Columbus, Georgia coming up. I don't know all the details.
Oh wait,
of
yeah.
these
By the time
rooms.
this comes out, yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
You're probably
That's
already
true.
back at this point.
Plus, I think these shows are already pretty much sold out, actually, because it's their own setup. It's one of those things to where it's like
It's like a private
it's a done
kind of
deal. It's like oh no, it's like these certain comedy rooms, but not like an improv.
That Comedy Zone or something.
Yeah, something like that's where I think they have like, they have these places like maybe in the casino or something.
Yeah.
So it's already a built-in audience type of deal.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a great show.
Yeah. Dude, I did one of these.
Casino in the Bahamas. It's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
incredible.
I did one. It's an uplifted stage in the middle of a casino with no walls.
Yeah, I've done that.
And dude, it was for bands. And there's no way comedy's gonna work. 6 people, slot machines going off, everything, people playing cards, a band in the bigger stage playing. And I'm just like, we had a little Mr. Mike. I'm like, dude, this is never gonna work.
Wow.
And I even told the guy before, he's like, nah, he goes, no, comedians came through here and did great. Dude, I'm looking at this setup. I'm like, no, they didn't. Like, don't lie to me. Maybe they did good to you. I did terrible. I was like, what'd you expect, man? Like, you had a fucking band playing 20 feet away from me.
Wow.
With way bigger speakers.
Yeah. That is it. This isn't a casino you're going to in the Bahamas, right?
In the
Is this like a
Bahamas, it's
resort?
a resort. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
actually a really nice resort, dude. I looked it up. The rooms are like $900 a night.
Yeah. That could be a nice. I mean, at least you're in the same place for a while.
I can't wait.
You don't got to
actually.
be like moving around and jumping in and out of airplanes and stuff.
Dude, the fact I only have to deal with immigration twice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not on a boat, dude. I walk right outside. I'm on the beach every day.
Dry land.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a ton of content. I want to make content with like girls in it to make my ex jealous. That's the future content I want coming out.
Yeah.
I
Get
can't
a
let
nice, get a thick girl
dude,
in the Bahamas.
They're all down there.
thick
Get a
ones.
Couple girls in a bathing suit on vacation. I show them my following. I want to do those interviews. Like,
Who's
you ever
more
see-
thick?
what about those beach interviews?
Yeah.
You see the guys do. I could do something like that.
Oh yeah, right.
What if I did?
Does size matter?
Yeah, smack or slap or kiss.
Yeah. Do that in the Bahamas and get fucking kidnapped. Her brother comes back.
Well, I'm staying on the resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one incident. One time I was in the Bahamas, met this girl, and sometimes we're in the Bahamas like for 9 hours. And I met this girl that wasn't there on the ships because I like to get away from the ships. I take a cab to another beach. There's a few cool beaches like Cabbage Beach and just beautiful little hidden gems. And anyways, dude, this girl is hanging out with me. She's like, we want to come back to my hotel room? I got McDonald's, which was like,
All right.
I didn't see a McDonald's in the Bahamas over there. I'm like, hell yeah. Dude, we go back to her hotel room. Her boyfriend's there with no shirt on. He's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Wow.
Bro, it was the most. I didn't know it's her boyfriend. I'm sitting there eating a hamburger with her. I'm thinking I'm about to make it with this girl. And then he's like, bro, man, I don't know what she's doing, but you got to leave, man. He's like, this ain't cool.
Wow.
And he was huge. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Probably his McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yep. All right. Well, I'll see you. She was like trying to make him jealous or something.
Wow.
Huge dude. 6'7", like a Texan.
That's crazy road life.
Yep.
Yep.
Living that good life.
Oh, you could have got killed for a hamburger.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely could have. And, that's what the problem is, these girls. That's why they're the best at robbing people.
Yeah.
You get these girls.
Every
set you
plan
up.
where someone gets robbed, there's always a part where there's always a woman involved in the beginning.
When do you think that started? Because, there was that whole thing with women back in the day where it was all a witch hunt. They were just, remember, like if you ever look up some of that old history, women didn't have the best history way back. And then at a certain point, I think people started realizing, wait, we could use them to rob people.
No, I think there was always, anytime there was ever like a prostitution situation going on, it's like, I think that's like deep down, that's what a lot of guys who like go to prostitutes regularly, that's part of the thrill.
That you could get robbed.
You could get robbed at any time.
Wow.
So you get the excitement of fucking, but you also have that little bit of danger in the background.
Yeah.
Where it's like that hotel room, that motel door could fly open, cartel could come out.
Yeah.
But I think that's always been like that. Anytime just think about how vulnerable a position you're in.
Yeah, you're right.
The
dude.
girl's
You're
on
sitting
her
there with your nuts out.
Yeah, you got your pants are down your ankles, so it's like even if you got a gun, the gun's over there. It's not like you got the gun on you.
Dude, you'd be done.
Yeah.
These guys, when I go, a lot of these car salesmen like taking these cruises,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Yeah, no, I gotta take the guys out." And,
Yeah.
dude, they'll take them to Mexico, and the whole cruise, they're talking to me. 3 words. Hey man, loved your set. So you do these cruises a lot. You've been to Mexico. We're
Yeah.
wondering where can you find the whores.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, stay away from it. I'm telling you, I would never do it. A guy told me once he did it, and he was like a comedian. He goes, "Yeah, dude, I went down in Mexico, down in a basement somewhere, and it was a dirt floor, and I just hooked up with this girl." I'm like, dude, you are so lucky you survived that. Like,
Right.
you know.
I feel like bare minimum, you need 2 of your buddies on the other side of the door. And it's like, give me some time and then we'll swap out or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you go in solo. You're asking for something.
I'd be
And it's
mad.
like, just imagine having to transition from fucking to fighting.
Right.
That you got, that's at least 2-minute transition before you can actually focus on the fight.
And there's no fight, bro. These guys got this plan. There's probably another door over here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be mad at somebody if they didn't kidnap somebody. You're gonna let this person come inside this basement and
Well, I mean, I think there is part of it where it's like the girl does want to make money, so it's like there is you do want to run a somewhat of a reputable business, but it's like it's just like Vegas where it's like you do a little bit of good business and a little bit of bad business.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you gotta call the cartel.
maybe somebody's gotta be asking for it. It's if as soon as he mistreats the girl, then they got a reason.
Well, it's just like I think this girl is probably getting 10 guys a day.
Yeah.
So on that 10th guy, it's like I don't feel like doing this anymore. And
Yeah.
it's like I got to get out of here. So it's like that's when you flick the light.
Yep. You
Yeah.
bang on the wall or something.
Yeah.
I'm in DR a lot, which that's a very common thing in DR, but also they are robbing you. It's all about the dating apps in DR. Like they warn you when you go there, like at the hotel in the airport. They tell you, hey, don't try to pick up any hookers.
Wow.
Like for real. Because that's the thing. That's what they do. It's a scam. Like I guess the hooker will tell you, send me money for the Uber or something, or for my taxi service, or
yeah. Well, the picture is probably not the old bait and switch.
I don't think anybody's even showing up, and if they do, if they got you going somewhere, I think it's a problem. Every time I'm in DR, I like to go I'll still be on the resort or near the outskirts of the resort, and I like to try to find a real good food place, like a home cooked type of thing. And I always wonder if I'm going to see our buddy there,
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm always like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just working at a restaurant here or something, doing comedy.
He just looks at you and gets all sad.
Yeah.
Yep. Starts asking about old times.
It's funny. There's a place in DR that I go to all the time, which makes me think he had a fake name. It's his last name. There's a beach.
Oh, it's probably a common name.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like you go to Leonelli's in Italy or something.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Domination.
I think because a lot of those local economies run on prostitution and sex trade and stuff.
Yeah.
So they must be thinking about a lot of this safety stuff. Because if you are trying to run a city where that's the main source of income, it's you got to make it you got to find a way to make the system work. It's where people aren't getting robbed. So I feel I wonder if there's ever just going to be a city where it's yeah, you got to fuck the hooker in the open.
Yeah.
Just out there on the beach.
At the airport.
Yeah, but it's just there's no walls. So it's no, this is happening right here.
Yeah.
And it's there's nothing. Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to sneak up on you.
Like back in the old Pompeii days in Rome.
Yeah, exactly. Do it in the middle of the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to watch you. It's going to be weird at first.
Yeah.
But, try to block that out. And,
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Bolivia.
And after you have sex, the pig runs around in celebration.
Yeah. You drink some red wine.
Then you go kill the pig.
Yeah.
You eat it.
Do a funny dance.
It's crazy. The girls with the gladiators back then, they would rub the blood of the gladiator and the sweat. They'd put it in their hair. That's how much they loved the gladiators. The gladiators back then, a lot of them were just chained up in a house until you were the top guy. Yeah. So they would just go there and wipe sweat off the gladiator. And they would use them if you were a rich woman, like the queen, she could just send one up to have sex with her.
Oh, yeah.
Or her daughter or whatever to make another strong baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Another Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonder how he's doing.
What a life, huh?
I know I confused him with Russell Brand. A lot of people are bringing up Russell Brand a lot.
Yeah, no good.
I don't know, is he an Alex Jones or now? What's going on with him? Everybody's been
I'm not
bringing
a
him
fan.
up. Yeah.
He's like Alex Jones, but he's also a health guy. So it's pick a side.
Yeah, you can't be both.
Yeah. Don't be fucking lecturing me about the fact. Yeah. Cut that. No.